Welcome to this episode. It's a different one. It's a different one now. To this episode of my life as a veteran. All right. I figured we're going to take a step back. That's what I decided. We're going to take a step back at this point. We got a lot of folks who use this information, but we also have a lot of folks that are new to this information. We're going to take a step back and just give an overview of the benefits that we each have as military veterans. And one of the benefits of being in this country specifically is that they've set up a lot of different structures specifically for military veterans. If you're a military veteran, I would say take advantage of these things, right? For me personally, I was out for 11 years before I took advantage of any of my benefits, right? My dad had been telling me, yo, what are you doing? Go take advantage of your benefits. I was like, whatever, man. Ridiculous, right? But at that time, I wasn't willing to learn. I was still kind of in relaxed mode, it's not my fault mode, young people mode. I was still there. So I wasn't willing to learn about the benefits. I was okay with doing just good enough. I wasn't looking for more and all that type of stuff. As I got older, then it's like, oh my goodness, I wasted all this time, but so what? It is what it is. Yes, I wasted the time. Yeah, I did, and it's my fault. Yes, and we move forward. So now, for me, I pass along the information, right? We talk about being a veteran, you pretty much got 3 lanes of benefits. You got the employment lane of benefits, you got the education, training lane of benefits, and then you got the health lane of benefits, right? And if you look at it, they're all connected to government. In this country, for employment, Department of Labor has programs that help veterans specifically. Again, we're gonna find a lot of things that you're eligible for, but you may not be entitled to everything that you're eligible for. But that's okay. We do suggest that we find out everything that we're eligible for. If we're entitled or not entitled, after we submit, then we find out. But we do suggest, try to find out everything that we're eligible for, right? And we talk about employment, specifically some of the employment benefits of being a veteran in this country. You get hiring preference, right? When you go for a job, you can get additional points because you're a veteran. But that doesn't happen unless you let them know, hey, I'm a veteran. If you have a hiring preference, I would appreciate it, you know what I mean? Employment benefits, apprenticeship as well. And this time, now this is May 2025, probably June when I release it. Shipbuilding, advanced manufacturing, AI related occupations, cybersecurity, all those things are major industries right now. So there's gonna be a lot of opportunities within those industries specifically for veterans. And when you talk about apprenticeship specifically, if the apprenticeship, there's a way you can get GI Bill in your apprenticeship also. Apprenticeship is a job where you're learning a portion of it and you're working a portion of it. But you can get like monthly housing allowance during your apprenticeship, right? So again, another benefit specifically for veterans. You also have affinity programs. At different jobs, they have programs specifically for veterans, right? Someone may come in once a month and talk about like different benefits, maybe disability stuff, maybe different upcoming events or discounts that you may have access to, right? So again, within that lane of employment benefits, these are some of the benefits. You got hiring preference, you got apprenticeship opportunities, you got affinity programs, you got state high demand occupation, whatever state you're in. Your state has a list of high demand occupations right now. And if you're a veteran, they have pathways for you to get into those occupations. Take the training, right? Be good at the training, be good at what you do. This is not a handout situation, right? This is when we talk at occupations, the opportunity is what we offer. You got to do the performance part though, right? As a veteran, it's about structure for us. Most veterans are willing to be trained, right? Like that's why apprenticeship specifically works well for veterans because it's a structured environment. You have clear benchmarks. What do I have to do to get to the next level? That's like the military was. Clear benchmark. What do I have to do to get to the next level? I do it, I get to that next level, right? So again, these opportunities within that lane of employment, a lot of them are going to come through Department of Labor. Department of Veterans Affairs also has some employment benefits, and your state, because your state likely has a Department of Veteran Services. They may call it something different, but every state has a department specifically dedicated to veterans with a VA presence within that state. All right, so again, check into those benefits. And it starts with Department of Labor, but you could also go to the VA for that as well. Next lane, health benefits, right? Again, you have employment benefits, you got health benefits, you got training, education benefits. Most important thing, you do not have to be retired to be eligible for benefits, right? As a veteran, I bumped into a lot of veterans who thought, man, I thought I had to be retired in order to get disability or hiring preference or training. No, you don't, right? That's not a real thing. People may tell you that. That's a lie. The veteran requirement, I think it's a federal regulation. It changes. Last time I checked, it was 24 months of service, 24 consecutive months of service. I believe that's what it was. May not have had to be consecutive, right? But it does change. And again, the benefits are not only available to retired people. Only 20% of people who go into the military do the 20 years and retire, right? So those folks who do retire, shout out to them. They deserve all the benefits they get. But there's a lot of folks who don't retire for various reasons, right? There's a lot of things they are entitled to as veterans. So we pass along this information, right? For most of these, for the education benefits, I know you need an honorable discharge. For health benefits, honorable or general, I believe. But if you got like a bad conduct, something like that, it gets a little dicier, so you want to keep that in mind as well. Health benefits, you're talking about disability compensation. You're talking about medical coverage. You're talking about survivors benefits, right? If you're service connected for some things, you passed away because of those things, now your survivors get monthly benefits, or your dependents get benefits, right? You're talking about burial benefits. Whether you're service connected or not, your surviving people may have access to burial benefits, assistance with your burial. You're talking about caregiver support. When you have those conditions that require you to get like daily assistance, caregiver support. They have additional programs through the VA Medical Center where you can apply for caregiver support. If you have somebody taking care of you, let the VA know and they can provide them a payment, I believe, for caregiver support. Aid and attendance as well. Aid and attendance is another one where when you require daily assistance because of your service-connected disabilities, that becomes an option also, right? So again, you want to learn about these things because you may be eligible for them, right? You may not be entitled. You submit the application to see if you're entitled to it, but eligibility, you want to focus on that. Most of these health benefits come from the Department of Veterans Affairs. Most of the health benefits, again, Department of Veterans Affairs. And within that lane, as you can see right here, we got all the things. So take advantage of those employment benefits, take advantage of those health benefits. And now we're going to talk about those education and training benefits as well. Take advantage of these. GI Bill. You can get GI Bill for on-the-job training. Most people don't know this, but you can go to the VA website and look up approved on-the-job training locations, to where if you go there and do the on-the-job training, you also get the monthly housing allowance while you do it. Again, we suggest use this to go into your career. This is not like a run around and try to get money from different jobs things. Nah, that's gonna be a waste of your time ultimately, right? But if you can use this to go into the career that you want to be in, it gives you a bigger cushion as you go in there, increases the likelihood that you and your family will be stable going forward, right? That's why we say take advantage of these things. College, obviously you have GI Bill. Apprenticeship, you also have GI Bill. We talked about that earlier. You got VR&E, the Veteran Readiness and Employment, I believe is what it's called now. And what that is if you have a disability that kind of hampers you in your current occupation and you want to pivot to a different occupation, you can utilize the Veteran Readiness and Employment Program. Last I checked, the form number was 28-1900, but that may have changed, right? So Google VR&E for a veteran, if that's something that you're interested in, and go ahead and connect, right? Again, if you're trying to get into a certain occupation, but you don't know how, ask someone. Wherever you are in your state, they have DVOPs and levers at the American Job Center. American Job Centers are available all over the country. They're funded by the Department of Labor, right? And within those job centers, they normally have two. If it's a small one, they may have one, but like a veteran dedicated representative to let you know about opportunities specifically for veterans or specifically based on whatever your resume says, right? But there's help out there specifically for veterans in terms of employment and training. You got state benefits for training as well, right? Sometimes they get free golf lessons. I've seen like free acting classes, free comedy classes for veterans. There's a lot of benefits out there again, right? Because there's not a lot of us. Veterans are only 13% of the population. There's not a lot of us. But we're out here though, and some folks are struggling. After you've given your life to the country, it's an exchange, right? Maybe you didn't die. We get that. You didn't die. Cool. But I was in a position to where I was willing to die. That's what signing up is essentially. It's an exchange. They wouldn't give you any benefits you're not entitled to. So for us, it's about, hey man, go get what you deserve. There may be distractions along the way. You may run into gatekeepers. But if you know what it is you're looking for, they can't stop you. All right, so when we talk about those training benefits, that normally comes from Department of Education, Department of VA, Veterans Affairs, or Department of Labor. Each of those departments has programs that offer training opportunities specifically to veterans. All All right, so those are the 3 departments. So that means when you're searching on a state level, or on a city level, look for these departments and see what they offer in terms of veterans, or just connect with an American Job Center, call the person, right? Get one-on-one with the person, they can help you out. With the health benefits, Department of Veteran Services has a veteran service organization in your area, right? I believe VA has they have a site where you can just kind of go and put in your zip code, and they'll tell you the VSO closest to you. VSO meaning Veteran Service Organization. They can help you out with the disability side, and then the VA Medical Center can help you out with the health side, right? If you need medical attention, medical coverage, things of that nature, that's the VA Medical Center. You can find one near you. And then for those training benefits, again, through the American Job Centers, through the VA, and through the Department of Education as well. All right? Quick overview though. Again, you have employment benefits, you have education benefits, you have health benefits. Use your benefits as a veteran. If not for yourself, for your family, right? The post 9/11 and beyond GI bills, you can pass those on to your dependents. So if you don't want to use it, allow them to use it. You may not be entitled to everything you're eligible for, but we do suggest that you find out everything that you are eligible for. Huh? Hey, as always, man, learn the information, huh? Use the information, huh? If you deem it to be valuable, share the information. Don't be selfish, Brody. Huh? Come on now. Hey,
Do you think the VA claims process can be difficult, stressful, or even chaotic at times? If so, we made the Before You File guidebook to help you keep your claim simple and organized. The VA claims process can make you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even pissed off. So we made the Before You File micro learning course to help you feel comfortable and confident when you walk into that office to file your VA claim. Get the products and enjoy the benefits. Now back to the show.